You never know. Good evening, everybody. Excuse the. How is everyone? Evening, Roy. Thanks for popping on.
Not a problem, Mark. Thank you for having me.
Always nice to see you. Let's start with a little bit of chat. Rob, UK Vapester, top. What's he put? Hey-o. Simon, evening, Simon. Kira, evening, Kira. I got your Facebook message. I've just seen that. Mick King, good evening. Hope all is well. Yep, all is very well. We're all good this end, all good. Stuart, evening, Stuart. Mick King, did I say Mick? I can't remember now. If I did, I said it again. Scott Lee, good evening, Scott. Scott said, Lynn, hello, Lynn. Second time speaking to you today. Lynn phoned me up today for something.
Oh, I. Oh, I.
Yeah, one of my spanners. And we now have 3 spanners. More about that in a little while. Rufus, evening, Rufus. How are you? Shane Gibson, good evening. Manic always used to be top. Always. He's slipping down the leagues now.
He is. He's got his fingers in that many pies that he's slipping down. He can't be everywhere at once now.
Oh, YouTube's just told me I'm live. Well done, YouTube. Shabogan, good evening. And Keith Parker, evening to you, Keith. I got your picture. Thanks for that. Lovely image. And no, I'm not showing it on here. Louis, hello, Louis. Who else have we got? Simon, I said.
Kieran.
Justin, have I missed Kieran, or are you jumping ahead?
No, Kieran. I'm jumping the chat.
Can't do that on here. That's against the rules. Albert, good evening. Paul, good evening. Jackson, Mark, good evening. Jackson Vape Reviews. Rob again, Justin again, Shane again. I think we're pretty much got most people. Have I got the Kieran yet? I haven't.
No, you haven't.
I can't be that far behind. We only just started. Curly Chew.
You're 3 minutes behind already. No. 4 minutes into the show.
Thomas, good evening, Thomas. David Cox, hello. Tim, hello. Kieran, hello. How are you? Where else have we got? That's it, I think. Oh, Daniel, evening, Daniel. So now all 3 of my spanners are in chat, and Kieran has been made a spanner, just in case other people weren't available or whatever. Not that we really need them. Peter, evening, Mark and Roy. Hope you're both staying safe. We are indeed. I've got a bit of a frog. We'll get rid of that, and I'll be fine.
As long as it's not Rona.
No, he's got Corona. No, it's not Corona. I'm fine. Where have we got? That's it. I'm caught up to date in chat. Right, now I've caught up. Evening, Roy. Why don't you tell us what you're vaping, or what you're not vaping on, what you'd like to be vaping on, maybe?
Yeah, what I'm not vaping on is what you're vaping on. And, imagine introducing somebody to products and everything else, and then they manage to get the product before you get it, even though you speak to the owner all the time. Mine's still on the way to me. I would like to be vaping the unicorn, but I haven't, because you've got it. Got one? Yeah, that one. What I am vaping on, though, is the VP Argus with the VP Argus pod on it. I've got my unicorn with the what have I got on top of this? The Nest or the Pandemic? Oh, Nest.
You got the Nest?
Yeah.
He's
don't know who makes it. Some, I don't know. There's some, I don't know. Is it outdoor smoking? I don't know. Oh, no, hang on. It's coming to me. Nature Booze? Something like that. But they also make that juice there, apparently.
Yeah, they do. That's the rhubarb. How are you getting on with that now you've had a bit of time with it?
Still the same.
Still the
same. Absolutely adore the rhubarb.
Yeah.
It's rhubarb and cream. There's no 2 ways about it. It's not rhubarb custard to me. It's rhubarb and cream.
I do agree. That's a pretty fair comment.
And the other thing I have then is the Geek Vape pod. And another Geek Vape pod. From the next month. until my delivery gets out of Langley and gets here, hopefully tomorrow. And then I can put my pods into. I can put my vapes into those.
Yeah, I think you're going to love that. To be honest with you, Evening Dean. What else do I miss?
Wait,
Paul
hold on. Is
Hinchcliffe.
it rhubarb and lime? No, it's rhubarb and custard. Rhubarb and
It's
cream.
rhubarb custard, but
Cream.
yeah, as Roy says, it is more of a rhubarb cream. The same with my strawberry custard is more of a strawberry cream, really. Yeah, named wrong. I don't know, but if you're used to a thick custardy, it's not really that. Paul
Like the
Mark,
custard you have in your desk.
say again.
Like the custard you have sitting in your desk.
I don't know what you're talking about. We'll get to that.
But if anybody wants anybody likes really, really, really lovely tart rhubarb in a vape.
It is a tart rhubarb describes it well, yeah.
It's just like eating. It's like if you've got a rhubarb pie, rip off the pie bits and just eating the rhubarb. It's gorgeous.
Paul Hinchcliffe, Mark, Nevermore Atty. What does it compare to? Smooth, tight, flavour, good. Well, Paul, we'll get to that pretty much now, really. Well,
yeah, because that's me.
In more detail in a little while, but I'll describe what I'm vaping on. We'll go through a bit about the Nevermore just to make Roy's mouth just drool a little bit.
Right, I'm just going to leave now. Give me a shout when you come back.
And I said hello to Dean, didn't I? Yeah, I'm sure I did. Right, what am I vaping on? What am I vaping on, Roy? Let's do it on this one. I've got two, not just one. The little Nevermore RTA, mouth to lung RTA, and that's on their little 18350 mod. It's like a vert, but a mini vert.
Baby vert is what it's called.
It's called the Elthana. I think it's called the Elthana. That's right. So I have a little vape.
Commonly known as the baby vert.
Baby vert, yeah. Chart right, it's lovely. I'll bet you. Inside there, I've got the Drake's Havana. I've got a fruit in one. Actually got two of these on the go. This isn't to make Roy jealous. There's the stainless, if it ever focuses. Come on. There you go, with the badge on the front. That's the stainless.
Devil?
Huh?
Devil must have the Nevermore.
Yes, he has. I meant to message Dean actually, and yeah, we'll do that privately perhaps. But yeah, I spoke to Steve, and I suggested that maybe Dean would like to have one. I thought he'd enjoy it. So so Steve sent him one. So there, I've just spilt it, haven't I? It's not private at all. I've just told everyone.
Jackson, I am completely stalking the Canadian Mail website for mine. It did say expected delivery the 30th, but it hit Langley on yesterday. It was left Canada on the 19th and hit Langley yesterday.
Yeah. Shane says tonight will mostly be vaping the Black Nest on the SXK Mini SL class. Moving on to the next thing I'm vaping on is the Nest on a sample. Let's turn it that way for now. Of the mod that they're considering making for the Nest, the 21700, 2700, or 18650 battery. It's like a mech, but with protection. But I don't know what you guys all think about this, actually. I would rather they've put USB-C connection in the side for charging. I would rather they'd have not put any and just left it to charge the batteries on a charger. But it's my...
I know you showed me that earlier without the Nest on top. But actually, see, when you have it with the Nest on top, it actually matches the holes in the Nest.
Kind of.
From a distance, it does. It matches the holes in the Nest, and that doesn't look. When you have it, you got the other one there without anything on it.
What do I do with it? Yes.
Without it on it, it doesn't look right. but when it's actually on, when you actually see it with the holes in the nest, it actually
Yeah.
looks right.
Yeah.
And
I
plus,
know.
I think it's venting for the battery as well, is it not?
Say again.
It's venting for the battery as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that is true. Yeah, yeah. That is a fair point as well, actually. See, it takes a man with intelligence. So, and inside there, I'm vaping this custard that a chap sent me all the way from Ireland. Captain's
Northern Ireland.
custard, vanilla. That's inside here. Now, I think Roy, you sent me this one, didn't you? You were keen for me to try it because that is your preferred custard, isn't it?
Yep.
In fact, you sent me two. You sent me a strawberry one as well, which I haven't tried the strawberry yet. And I've been leaving this one. What's this been left now? Is it about 10 days? Maybe a bit more.
About that.
Yeah.
About that.
But it's a very nice custard, everybody. A very nice custard. It's not an all-day custard for me, and probably not you, Roy. But it is a very nice custard.
It's an evening custard, but it's the
Yeah.
fact they've got 8 other flavors with that custard base. But what I recommend you try it is put some into your either your strawberry or rhubarb true,
Mix a bit.
mix them together,
Yeah.
and then dip it. And you actually then you'll get, because I've been doing quite a bit with what I had left of the vanilla, and you get a rhubarb and custard.
Right. I
Is the
think.
way I think.
Yeah.
It's the way I think it should have been.
Right. Okay. I'm going to try it. You know that. Evening,
Good,
Matt.
good.
What's Kira put in? No other juice had a lime that Mark was telling me about. I don't know what. Oh, it was the blackcurrant raspberry lime. Is that the one you're on about, Kira? That's the one that I vape more of the time than anything else. Right. What else am I vaping on? Not a lot more, I don't think. No. I was sent this. I should have done a mystery, shouldn't I? Can anyone tell me what this is? It's called what is it? Vap X. Now, this company tracked me down. It's that one. Geezer. It's called a Geezer. And said, could they send me a couple of their all-in-ones or pods, whatever.
That red looks nice.
And I said, I don't like pods particularly, and all-in-ones especially. It would have to be different or good for me, to be interested. And don't send it unless it is. Thank you, with respect. So she said, no, we're confident. We want to send it to you anyway. So I was, well, it's up to you. It's fine. So they've sent it. And I can't say, I hate saying this, it is good.
It looks good. I like the look of it. It's a little bit that-esque.
Yeah, a little bit. Now, I've got in here the mango papaya and mango, peach, and papaya. And how did I take
TBP in the house.
There you go. There's the pod that's like
TBP's in the house, just let you know.
Evening, Mark. Evening. So, and it actually makes that juice sweeter than normal. I don't quite know how it's doing it, but it is good. And I don't know. Maybe I will stock a few, but I never sell pods or all-in-ones very well. But that doesn't work. New coil. 35 watts.
Is it inbuilt battery?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, inbuilt battery. But anyway, so I thought I'd show it. I am vaping it. Yes, it is. It is pretty good. And well, I'm not vaping on it, so we'll talk about something else in a little while. Let's catch up with a bit. Yeah. That's so much.
Before you get half an hour behind.
So much stuff has arrived. So much stuff. So let's have a look. Dean bloody love a tart rhubarb. And Shane just likes a tart.
I'd probably end up buying it as well. So
Ah, there you go. Dean, I'll catch up in the end. You see, I'd say the Nevermore RTA is probably the truest mouth along vape I've had. I mean, I've done my review. Anyone interested to see a little bit more on the Nevermore by Unicorn Mods, have a look at my review. I did it on Sunday. And yeah, I mean, bit of a spoiler. It was a bit of a gush, but it's a very, very well made RTA.
It's it's not a China made product. It's all made out in Canada.
You can tell, to be honest, because I was having this chat with someone today, and I said that it reminds me. I mean, I can't think of a, and this is serious, folks. I can't think of an RTA that is finished better than this, whether it be cheap, high end, or wherever it is. And it's kind of reminds me of a high end product at a sensible price. It's that kind of thing for me. I wish this
I
frog would
do,
go.
I do know the quality control process that every single product goes through before it leaves.
Hmm.
And if there's anything, and I mean the slightest little mark on it, then it gets rejected.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it? That is good if the quality controls like that. But I mean, it's faultless, I thought. Mark Jackson's vote reviews. I'm wanting the Nevermore. Seen your review on it, Mark. Looks nice. Yeah, it is, Mark. Yeah, if you like mouth to lung or fancy it, have a pop at one. We'll have a
And it's only £54 on HB site. Gonna go over and get it. Go on. No time
shame
to get present. Just go on and buy
shameless
it.
plug.
Yeah.
Shane, Mark, do you have those mix on the site? Which one?
Baby Vert.
The Baby Vert, I do, yes, and the Vert.
Have you got it on there now?
Yeah, I've been putting them on today.
All right. So it was
And also their little. I haven't reviewed this yet. The little Tamahawk RDA. You know, what have I got two?
£54 TVP. Just so you know, Mark's asking how much is the Nevermore.
Right. So I haven't reviewed. There's got a mouth to lung dripper as well. I haven't reviewed that yet.
Yeah, which I'm getting as well.
No problem, Dean. Shane, that's a nice setup. No, see, Rufus says no USB, please. I think most of us charge our batteries outside of a device now, don't we? Dean thinks it matches nicely. Kira, I think if you're having USB, placing it at the bottom side wall of the mod instead of at the top, or not at all. Iggy, question: best Nature Vape pre-built stainless steel coil or Canthal for Aladdin? Iggy, I'm sorry, I read your message. I didn't reply. Now you've said that, oh, how bad of me. I meant to get back to you and forgot all about it. For the Aladdin. So the Aladdin single coil, isn't it? Aladdin?
You're sold out.
Of what?
Baby Verts.
I didn't have many. Oh, there'll be more in very, very soon. Have I really sold out?
Yeah.
Christ.
Baby Verts sold out. Yeah.
Couple of
Still
days,
got,
folks. I'll have some more.
still got, still got this one.
Actually, I'm saying that I might not have put them all on. Leave that one with me. There maybe even tomorrow. Today. That's all I've done is eyes in front of this PC, loading products and stuff on the site. Takes forever. I'm trying to think of a stainless steel coil or Canthal coil for the Aladdin that would be best suited for that. I quite like the 4-core. That should work quite well. But if Kieran, if you're in chat, you pretty much know my coil range. Maybe you could put a suggestion in chat. Either that or I will reply to your original message, Iggy, I promise.
Hi, Michelle. Honey.
Now I can say hello to Mark. Look, hi fellas, hi Mark. I'll call that one up. Paul says it's a shite pod, Mark. Well, have you tried one, Paul? Stuart. Yeah, it's another pod. I know. It's that. Well, that's exactly what I said, Matt. Please, no, don't send it to me. You're wasting your product and your postage unless you can prove to me that it's exceptional. Otherwise, I'm not interested. But I
Jackson,
always hated to admit it was pretty good when it turned up, but anyway.
Jackson, Daniel said there, if you use the code NV10, then
Yeah.
you're getting it for around £49.
Yeah, that's right. NV10 will get you 10. N for Nature Vape, NV10, November Victor, or whatever. Paul, Mark, watch the review. What does it compare to? I suppose does it compare? Nothing really, because even the reload, mouth to lung, that's top airflow, but doesn't really compare to that. It's completely different. So if you're saying the vaping experience, I don't know, but it's normally with top airflow, you get this lack of flavour, and you also get the feeling that the air isn't punching through the coil. But with this, it does seem to, and that's what I said on my review, Paul. So have a bit of faith. Have a bit of faith. And Mark's already been answered how much it is because my unruly guest jumps through chat sometimes. He sort of hops on.
Not sometimes, all the time. Yeah, we'll get it right.
Paul said he had a problem with his stacked mod. Coat was dire, had to get it swapped. I haven't been dealing with them long, but from what I've seen, Paul, I haven't seen any issues with the build quality at all. And I guess they did swap it, so you weren't left hanging. So that's a good thing in itself. Chris Doyle, good evening.
Evening, Mr. Doyle.
Yeah, Mark, you use a mouth to lung for work. I know you do. You're using the K-Fun Lite for some time. So yeah, I reckon that would do you well.
I can see Mark vaping on that.
Yeah.
And say, as for it's going to last, because the threading on it is just fantastic. The deck on it's lovely and clean.
We could say if Mark was still reviewing, he'd possibly have been sent one. You could almost say. Just throw that little bit of ground bait out there. See how
Mark said he's really coming back next year. He's coming back in January.
Yeah, I know.
And yes, unruly. Me, Mark, could you believe it? Me, unruly. maybe in Mr. Nature Vape's world, I'm unruly, but anywhere else, I'm the quiet one.
Everywhere else, you're completely unruly. Vaping Mank, evening Mank.
Evening, Mr. Black County.
Jesus, catch up, Mark. I will. I'll get there. No, we're not in a hurry, Mark. We're not.
This might be an opportune moment for something. TVPs just really want Grimm's new tank.
What?
That means you get teasing 2 people in one night.
They arrived today, and they're not on the site yet, but they will be, hopefully. That is green, by the way, or there's a green bit on there. It's my dodgy green screen that doesn't show it. But maybe what I'll do is I'll go on the table cam in a minute and show everyone that RTA, the Type 2. I've caught up on chat. I can't have done. Eating Black Country Vapor. How can I have caught up on chat? Looks great, really big, expensive. You swine. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, Grimm's new tank. Shall we do that actually? Shall I put it on the table and?
Yeah, go on the table cam.
And do it that way. I think that might be easiest. I'll put this juice down here.
You're going to make it look awkward now. We're going to go into 3 little slims. So maybe want to make it full screen.
Well, no. What I'll do is I'll probably delete me and just leave you on there. So
no, you delete me.
Game. That would do.
Delete me. You'll be talking about it.
Sorry.
You can delete me. You're going to be the one talking about it.
Delete you. I can't delete you.
I wish I could rub myself out and start all over again. Jackson, take it easy, sir.
That was all right, Mark. Well, just got a message through from him. Right, let's move that out of the way as well. Otherwise, I'll knock everything over. Right, let's see if we can do this. Ed, actually, I'm going to take me away. Let's take me away. You're in full for a second.
Oh, gold. Hide, quick.
There you go. You're not in full anymore. I need to turn the camera off then. Just reduce that down a bit. That'll do. That'll do, I think. Yep, we're good. Right, Type 2 by Grim Green. So, yeah, these arrived today. There's black or stainless steel. Set of O-rings with an Allen key, but that's not what everyone's interested in. Don't know what that is. What's that? What's that? I think this drip tip is don't knock it till you tried it. I think it was the comment on that one. What is this bit in here? See, I haven't even looked yet. This is a new for both of us. It's threaded. Someone else will know. Full Roy. Let's get his drip tip out as well. Hang on. Come on. That's it. I've got it. So, spare glass. We're not interested in spare glass, are we? So we'll put that to one side as well. Right. Talking of Grim Green, he mentioned the Nest the other day. Did you see it, Roy?
No,
Yeah,
I haven't watched any of Grim Green
said,
stuff in a long
I don't want
time.
to quote wrong, but he said it was the only mesh RDA that he enjoys, that he's been enjoying. So that was lovely.
That's really nice.
Seal at the top on these two lugs here, by the look of it. Yeah, like a bayonet type of fitting fits on there.
Like an Evermore.
I must admit that goes on there very nice and smoothly. Underneath, let's show you underneath. Focus, focus. What serial number am I? 360. Oh, I can go full circle. Someone had to say it. And there's the deck. Let's bring that one up as well. There you go. That reminds me of the what was that RDA? That RTA yonks ago. Was it made by not Mission?
Dion, it's the Tech 2 from Grim Green.
Seal stuck to the glass. We won't worry about that. And the chimney. There you go. So haven't tried it yet. Haven't put a coil in it, but I will, and I'll review it as well.
It is old school looking.
It is quite sort of retro, isn't it?
Oh,
Come
I
on.
like the sound of the machine.
No, it's me. I don't think I've got it on right. I think it's that seal on there. There you go.
Type 2, even not Tech 2, Type 2.
Type 2, yeah. So
It's
what
a
was
Tech
that bit then? I'll find out all that. I'll find out. It's trouble when you open something you haven't actually looked at properly yourself. You're a little bit in the dark as to what things are.
Hey, Pav.
Evening, Pav. Right, put all that back. While I've got the table cam on, I'll just show a couple of other things because I think it'll be easier. Put that to one side without knocking everything over. Also arrived today are these. Now what I might do is do a live build next week. They are replacement coils, pre-built, pre-made for the Nest RDA.
What price are they running?
They come out there. I think they're on the site. I put them on today as well. They're £2.99 for one. Or I think I put them at 25 quid if you buy a pack of 10. So if anyone, the question I have been asked a lot is, can I buy a replacement cage so that I can have some built up? And I didn't have any. So the way around it for me was to buy these pre-built. If you either don't like what they've done, you can take it out and put your own in, but you've got a spare cage, or use theirs. Once you're finished with it, you've got a spare cage to use in the Nest. And here's some that I just tipped out earlier just to show a little bit easier what they are. So that's
Yeah.
those.
They're not on your coils section.
Where do I put them? Have a look under Arras Vapor. Go brands Arras Vapor. I think they are pre-built coil stainless steel. They are stainless steel with the alginate cotton, by the way, as well. Also, just put on the site is this
Yeah,
new
from
RDA.
$2.99.
You found it, have you? That's from
Yeah.
Unicorn as well. And
Oh,
just thought I'd just tease Roy a little bit.
stop it.
That's the mouth to lung RDA by Unicorn. So put that back in there.
Show the deck. Show the deck.
Show the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Do you know what looks really good in that? That Unicorn's been teasing me with. They've got rings to go around it, and with the red ring, it's black with red rings around it, and it looks amazing.
There's the deck.
Oh,
I just chucked that on a mod, just like
I'm drooling.
And your airflow. What I like about this top, the airflow, I don't want to wreck the review, but to change the airflow, it's on like a knurling. So you pick it up, turn it round, and then once that's screwed back in, that's then locked it. I don't know what's going on with my eyes, you know. Nothing I'm doing is, I'm not screwing things on straight, nothing. So there you go. There's the deck. So a little teaser on that. Take that off there, put it in the bag, and we'll go back to normal view.
I like the way he's done with the rebuildable. He's come back to the wee bags again with it.
You're going to go full for a second there, Roy.
The box with the tank.
There you go. Sorry, say that again.
I like the way he's gone, you know, with the RDA. He's put it back into the little bag again. I love those little unicorn bags.
Yeah, little bag. And what I like as well, he's put the black ones have got black writing and the white ones have got white writing.
He's done that with
steel.
He's always done that with all his unicorn stuff.
Has he? Yeah.
When it used to come in the sleeves, it's like there's the silver.
Yeah, yeah.
But you used to get where is it? Whenever the mechs used to come in things like that, the unicorn on it. The only difference being, if it was brass, it was had a B on it. It was silver with a B on it for brass. Oh, it was white brass. That's what that is. That's the white brass one.
Right.
So, but yeah, he's always come up with these little quirky ways of doing things, and it's like, how quirky is that tank?
What's he sending me? Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, yeah.
The alien.
Yeah. Okay, Mark. Kids message me. Stop it. Where'd I get to?
Was he teasing you?
It's a spare chimney, according to TVP, Mark, on the right. Okay, it must be a difference. They wouldn't just put another chimney on, would they? I'll find out.
How the airflow gets from the top to the bottom is cool as well. That must be on the
spare decks around, Mark, says Daniel. Okay, see, everyone knows more than me. Everyone knows me. What tank is that again? You told Dion what it was, didn't you? It's the Type 2 by Grim Green. I said hello to Pav. Good old Pav. Kira says she likes that. Looks old school. Miniature bog rolls. Rufus, what's miniature? Oh, my little coils, yeah.
Kieran, you're lucky you've got a big long list. I'm actually looking forward to getting this because on top of my list. My only list. Kieran said he wants to get to Nevermore, but a review would take a while as it would have to join a long line.
I know he has got a fair queue, hasn't he? Yeah.
I don't.
Kira, that's brilliant, nature. I assume you mean about the coils. Thanks, Kira. And Dean says, good ideas. Thanks, Dean. It's just so many people had said, what was buy a spare cage, and other people who have got problems, with the dexterity or whatever. And I just thought, let's get some pre-made. And I literally slung one in, whatever I've done with it. What do I do with my nest? Here. I literally slung one in here in minutes when they arrived. And there you go.
You see, if you had a bit more spare time in your hand, you could have sat with a pack of the coils and sat and made them yourself.
Yes, couldn't I? Work until 2 in the morning isn't enough for you, Roy. You want me all night, do
Yeah.
you? Mark's a good idea as well. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a good idea. And, if it helps people out, then that's all good, isn't it?
It is. I think it's a great idea for it. But actually, believe it or not, I actually enjoy building the nest now.
Well, you do now, dear. You don't find it what? Perhaps you need to do another live then. Now you've done it a few times, because it does get easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. It's like muscle memory when it comes down to it. Once you've built it a few times, and like I didn't actually need rebuilt the other day, and I just did it for the sake of doing it.
Right.
Because I was waiting, I was running the test for work, and I couldn't do anything on the work laptop at the time. And I was like, I was sitting here, I just looked down and seen the nest, and I said, "Oh, let's throw one in." And I just threw it in without really thinking. I think if you get yourself built up and going, "Oh, I need to like," I know Michelle does. She gets herself built up, going, "Oh, I need to rebuild it. I need to rebuild it. I need to rebuild it." But she hates rebuilding at the best of times.
Oh, does she? Yeah.
Yeah. But
Frank.
I'll give her a due. She doesn't come to me and go, "Here, you do it."
Right. So if you enjoy it, that's the main thing. I mean, I don't find it too arduous at the best of times, but it just, I think I've done it a lot, so it's probably, I can like talk and just do it. It just seems to work for me now, but I do get it. Tim says he loves the deck on the Type 2 RTA. Yeah, I'm trying to think what that will come to me in a minute. As an RTA, that looks really similar to from years gone by. I'll get there. It'll come to my head. Dean says how the airflow gets from the top to the bottom is cool as well. Is it you talking about the Nevermore, Dean? Possibly, I don't know, or the dripper, don't know. Yeah, Kieran, yeah, join along line. See, you've read that one. Rufus Goon did that with the writing colour on the bags as well. Yeah, they did, Rufus. You're right. Same chimney because it's thin, and he said it would bend and break. Ah, right. Okay. Thanks, Mark. Let's put that on chat. It's just a duplicate because he said they were thin and would bend and break easily. I don't think I've ever bent or broken a chimney. I don't think I have. But I guess he knows what he's talking about. And
Could be first for everything.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, Michelle. Your Michelle's now in chat. Look. Michelle, I need to re-wick my nest. Yeah, you see, come on, Michelle. Look, Roy's busy. Sit down without him looking over your shoulder and do it now.
The thing about it is, her new, she plays World of Warcraft, and the new patch dropped last night at 11 o'clock, so I didn't see her until near 1 o'clock this morning. Well, probably was 1 o'clock this morning. And then all day up today, I've just lost her to it. She's probably sitting on the computer now because I got 2 new screens, so I gave her one of the other monitors. She's probably got this sitting on one monitor and playing World of Warcraft on the other screen. More than likely.
Did you buy one of these bendy ones, did you?
Yes, I've got 2 bendy screens now.
How did I know you'd buy that? How did I know?
2 27-inch screens.
Are they? I got something with a new screen this week as well. Oh my word! Right. Oh, don't show me.
Yeah, 2 27-inch curved screens.
Crikey! No wonder you don't miss anything in chat. I got a new television, and I looked at my old one, and it was 2009. I bought that. It was written on the back. I bought it brand new, and I had to wait for it. So I know I was like I got it straight away. It wasn't sitting around in the shop. So I think, what, 11, nearly 12 years, I think I was due a new telly, don't you?
232 bendy or get. I couldn't fit 232 inches on my screen or on my desk here because I've got a Mac. I have a 21-inch Mac sitting here, and then the 230-inch, 227-inch screens.
And yeah, Iggy says, remember your first round wire build? Mine was shite. That was over 8 years ago. It's amazing now how long we've all been vaping, isn't it, really? So time passes. But
And Alan B, me hit the big time? Never.
loads of stuff.
3 years and I'm still sitting. I'm not what it doesn't bother me about numbers or hitting big time. I do it because I enjoy doing it.
85-inch telly, Mark. What? I went for a 55. That was big enough. But the only thing I've got to do now is work out how to use it, because you know what I'm like. But I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll get there. You pick up the
Yeah.
remote and just
You'll get.
free.
We'll come back in 2 years' time, and guess what? Guess what? I finally figured out how to use a TV.
I can get Channel 4. Yeah, I know, but never mind.
7 years vaping this weekend. Happy
Never mind.
anniversary, Marco. Love you. And Mark, Old Trafford. The TVP, Mark.
I knew you weren't talking to me. So actually, talking of vaping and years gone by, PayPal. Let's just discuss PayPal, because this is a bit of a problem at the moment for us online vendors. Many online vendors have had their PayPal accounts frozen, and what PayPal do is they freeze them for 6 months, however much you've got in there. Even if you've got a fiver in there or 5,000 quid, they'll freeze it for 6 months. You can't take money out, you can't put money in, nothing. The reason they do that, allegedly, is so that if I've sold a faulty product and they need to refund it, the money's in there for them to refund it with. That's their excuse. I mean, the reality is they've got all my debit card details anyway. They probably just draw the money out, but that's what they say. So it's not any one vaping company, it's everyone. They're working through the list, and I won't go through them, but there's some 4 big vendors today that I heard of that had them closed. So Kieran says PayPal have hit 3 vendors I know of 1 week alone. Yeah, they're doing everyone, Kieran. And what I've decided to do this afternoon is I always like to beat the trigger, Roy. so pulling it back. Wow. And I've taken it off my site. So I haven't had mine taken away as yet, but I know I will within a few days. So I've taken it off the site. There is an option, because they gave me a problem before with, in fact, it was that Drake's Cuban Havana flavour, because they wanted to know that it wasn't attached to Cuba in any way. So they've already frozen me before for that. So at that time, I realised that I'm never going to rely on PayPal for my business, because effectively they shut my business down for about a week, and I couldn't take a payment. So I've already got another one in place, always have had since then. So that's, everyone can still keep buying, either by bank transfer, that's on the site. If you don't like that, there is a thing called Viva Wallet, which you won't actually see, but it's just the merchant, and you can pay by your Visa, your MasterCard, whatever you like. It's all there just to be able to pay as normal. It's just not PayPal. You can't do PayPal Express anymore. So there you go. It's just, Mark's just said about 10 this week already. They've been doing it for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I have known about it. And I've been emptying my PayPal account every single day, whereas I never used to. But now I just thought, right, well, let's empty it fully, take it off as an option, so they can freeze it if they want for 6 months, and it won't affect me.
Good on you. Best way to be.
It's a strange option to take, isn't it? I mean, you got to think it's probably, is it linked to Biden? But I mean, they Luxembourg, aren't they? PayPal, they're in Luxembourg, but they abide by different rules.
They're owned by eBay.
No, they're not associated with eBay anymore. They had a fallout with eBay.
I thought they're still owned by eBay. They're not,
No, I don't think so.
because I know eBay makes you, before you can sell now, you have to have a PayPal account.
Well, that won't be it. Well, maybe anymore. I don't know, but I know eBay. We're going to go away from PayPal and use a different merchant from Holland, I believe. I think we were. So Super Hot Wheels. So they're going to do this with all companies that sell a product. Then no, it's vaping. They don't. They're aiming it at vaping, online vaping stores, because they've changed the terms and conditions on their contract to say we don't want vaping stores anymore. The fact that I've dealt with them for 9, 10 years or whatever it is irrelevant. No, it's not that long. 7 years. 8 years? I don't know. Somewhere around there.
PayPal now, USA, California. So
Based in, yeah, well, there you go, California. So this is to do with, obviously, their laws are different to our laws, but they don't look at it like that. It's the one cap fits all, and they're just doing it to everyone. So there you go. So if anyone wonders why PayPal's not on there, that is the reason. And for multiple, I think all e-cig stores will carry on with the same thing. Hey, people, let's move all.
Someone get rid of Jack LaCusto.
Spanners, banish that man. Yeah, California laws, exactly right. There you go, Mark. Couldn't have put it better myself. Come on, Spanners. Boot, boot.
Wacky, wacky.
Keith. I don't think I've ever seen Keith swear like that before. Based in Cali, yeah, Kevin Smith, same state as legalising. Yeah, and that's bizarre, isn't it? Legalise that, but you know, vaping that helps people come off smoking. I mean, for me, I tried all sorts. I tried acupuncture, I tried hypnotherapy, I tried those horrible Champix tablets that made me almost go doolally.
Yeah, I tried them as well, and they, no.
You tried the Champix, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Many. I was in England, so that's what, 10, 14, they just actually come out, but 14 or 15 years ago I tried them.
yeah. It's.
Why was Michelle hidden?
Say again.
ABC said, or Karen said, why was Michelle hidden? Because she's small.
Because she's small. I don't know what those. But yeah, Champix, I don't know if they did the same to you. First of all, it felt like I'd been punched in the stomach by Tyson. They really upset my stomach. I've never had stomach pains like it. They gave me horrendous nightmares. My sleep was awful. It was just these weird nightmares that I'm not even going to start to describe because they were just so far out there. It's not true. And evil things. If any doctor offers you Champix, folks, just run for the hills. don't take it.
Oh, just want to say, Grant, I haven't forgotten. They're here, ready to post to you.
You post them out as well. Oh, bless Lynn. Look, I put Michelle in timeout by mistake. Don't worry, Lynn. Thanks for doing it to him.
Lynn, next time Michelle sees you, she'll headbutt you on the ankles.
Nobody puts Michelle in the corner. So I'm trying to think. Well, I think that is about all. Is that about all the news that I've got? I think it is. The green unicorn stuff. I've done that. I've done my coils. Done the mod. Yeah. What's new in your life, Roy?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't have anything new. I never have anything new in my life. I was hoping that my unicorns would have come today for me to talk about those. Yes, I just live, dream, and sleep, think about unicorn stuff. Um, no, I've got absolutely nothing. I've no reviews coming up either. I'm going. Well, I've got the new Anakin M18 to review because Michelle got it. So, um, but it's as a replacement for the T18. I like it.
You do.
Yeah.
I assume you will be reviewing the unicorn. Nevermore.
Yes.
You will.
I will be reviewing both the unicorn products when I receive them. So
Are you going to put the screwdriver in straight when you try and do the screw up, or are you going to be like me and put it in an angle and wonder why it doesn't work? I can't believe
going to be good. Roy's waited this long to have his turn. He can't think of anything. I can never think of anything. But no, I'm unlike everybody goes, oh, not another pod, not another pod, not another pod. When it comes, if it's pods like that, or the pod systems like those, like the Vupu stuff, I actually do like them. I really do. I really do like them. The PMP coils in these, I'd never thought I'd use stock coils, but the PMP coils in this are great.
I've never had. Well, everyone who knows me knows I've never been a stock coil sort of person. Hence the nest. You got to rebuild them, in my opinion.
I have been for the last 2 years. I've been nothing but rebuildables because it was
Yeah.
such a stingy twat to buy coils.
Mm.
That was probably the main reason. It's plus the better. I think you get better flavor. Um, but it was one of those where I enjoyed making my coils. I enjoyed, but now I become lazy and getting pre-made coils.
Mm.
Um, and now becoming even lazier getting the PMP system. But I've also got the rebuildable PMP. I did the review on that.
Right.
But the only downfall on that, it's 2 mil.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, you're refilling every 2 seconds.
Yeah. 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 Toothless Vapor says, same here, Mark, for Champix. Yeah, they really are. Iggy, Champix responsible for many psychotic episodes. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, the person I was with at the time, she went on them as well. And honestly, you sort of sleep with one eye open. You wonder if the old knife was going to come. She went so aggressive with them. So, no, folks. How they can pass that as a drug. Basically, how it started was it was an antidepressant, and when they put it on trials, the people that smoked found they didn't want to smoke, and they discovered it purely by accident, and it blocks receptors in the brain, I think, to say that you don't want, like your addictive receptors or whatever, and that's how Champix works. But it does all sorts of other things, horrible things. They should never be in any shelf, in my opinion.
Totally agree with you.
The Boost Pro is very good for a pod mod.
Yeah, that's not the Pro. That's just the normal Boost. Because again, stingy.
Black Country Vapor PayPal's from San Jose, Silicon Valley. PMP calls are super tasty. The point two cracking. Oh, right. Yeah, that's about the coils from Dean. PayPal bound to the anti-e-cig brigade. Yeah, I mean, I did hear that Biden was within a few weeks of being president. He's going to try and ban vaping, isn't he? I think.
Until they prove it's safe. But yeah, you can carry on smoking, which is being proven not to be safe. So the whole attitude of being innocent to proven guilty definitely goes wrong, or the opposite with e-cig. You're guilty until you're proven innocent.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know. No, let's be honest. Breathing fresh air is the best thing you can never put in your lungs, and not vaping or smoking. But I know from a personal point of view, when I was smoking, I did smoke quite heavy. To be fair, I was Benson Hedges. Then I don't know, for the last 8 years or 10 years or something, I was Golden Virginia roll-ups, and I smoked roll-ups to try and give up, but I ended up enjoying them even more than the Benson, and smoked even more. So, but when I went to bed over night time, this high pitched wheeze that you had, in your breathing, you're like like that to try and stop it when you laid in bed. I haven't had any of that since I've been vaping, and obviously my body's got a lot older in the last however many years I've been vaping, 10 years or whatever. So how can it? I think there's more evidence to prove vaping is better than smoking than there'll ever be the other way around, isn't there? Far more.
Well, it's because it all comes down in America. Because you have to pay for your health care, they want people to be sick. Their health care is dependent on people being sick. Whereas in the UK, it's the NHS. It's
Yeah,
they're more wanting people to be healthy. So
yeah.
that's why the UK sort of gone with vaping, and America's gone down the other way. I do
Man,
feel sorry for the American ones.
kind of how they discovered Viagra by mistake. Was it a mistake? I don't know. Tell us a story, Manic. Well, we got three trolls, have we? Never mind. Not to worry. I don't know how people have got the time.
What
I've
trolls we
always
got now?
I've always thought that in my life, I do my own little thing, and if I don't succeed, I know I've got to try a bit harder, but I don't try and knock other people to get myself higher. Does that make sense? And I don't get the mentality of coming on anyone's channel and trying to cause disruption. I don't get it. I don't get it. But there you
I honestly, the sad, I can't find time hardly to watch the shows I want to watch. Never mind going and watching shows that I have no interest in. All I want to do is go and
That's a weird mentality. You sit down, right, I'm in my comfy chair. Right, I'm going to find a stream and really annoy someone tonight. What kind of person is that? Have a look at yourself in the mirror. A good
there's
hard
sad,
day.
there's sad dingleberry sucking weirdos.
TBV Sup Marky, presumably talking to TVP, not me. No one calls me Marky.
Hey, Mr. Nash, long time no see, and hope Jude is keeping well.
Kevin Smith, I was on 25 cigs a day plus 50 grams of Gold Virginia a week. Yeah, those were the days, eh, Kevin? Naught. And the other thing, look at the cost. How did we? I know vaping can be expensive because we all buy the latest shiny stuff, and we're all guilty of that. But including me. I mean, look at me. Look, I haven't been given these. I tried the stainless one, and I thought, well, I'm going to have another one. I had to have a black one, so that's the one I reviewed. So I could have cleaned out the stainless one and used that for the review, but I knew I wanted to. That should speak volumes as to what I think about the RTA.
But yeah, my first pack of Benson and Hedges that I ever bought was a 10 deck at 46p.
Was it? Yeah,
Yeah. And my first 20 was 98p.
98p.
98p for 20 Benson and Hedges gold.
But they were, I'm sure you're right, they were £1 a pack, weren't they? And I remember saying years and years ago, once they get to over a fiver, that's it, I'm not smoking anymore. But I did.
I went over a tenner. It was £10 and 5p,
Was
and
it?
that's what convinced me. I had the T18 sitting in the house, and I came back from the shop. I actually only had a £10 note round with me, knowing it's £10 and 5p. And he said, "Oh, you can owe me the 5p." And I went, "No, you're all right." So I looked at my packet and had something like 8 left, and it says, "When I've smoked these, that's it. That's me done."
Yeah.
And it was. I didn't look back after that. Well, I went through a few hairy moments where I've actually had to throw my house key under the stairs so I couldn't get out of the house to go and buy a pack of fags.
You got more self-will than me. I remember one night, I lit a cigarette and I thought, I smoked it and I stubbed it. I thought, I didn't enjoy it. What? I didn't know why I had it. And I picked up the packet and I threw them on the fire. I thought, I don't need them. Threw it about an hour later. I was off in my car going to buy some more. I thought, that's a stupid thing to do, wasn't it? But there you go. So Michelle's back in force. How does it feel now after you've been back on the naughty step, Michelle? Without even cause.
She probably spent the whole time trying to climb up onto the naughty step. I couldn't get up on, so she just I saw that and came back.
John Nash, yeah, how are you, John? I hope you're healthy. Kieran, Viagra was a what? Originally designed for heart. Oh, right. Yeah, I did actually thinking about it. I did know that it was for heart issues. Yeah.
And sure, Clarkson Co. Whenever they went up, they were driving high up into the mountains. Was it the Andes? The altitude was getting so high they actually end up taking a Viagra to keep their system going.
Mm. It does build a funny picture, though, doesn't it, of the patient taking it and saying, "I don't know how this has happened, honestly." Dear oh Lord.
There was a big heffalump nurse.
TBV, hi Mark. Thanks for me recent orders and fast service, much appreciated. You're very welcome. Thank you for the business.
Michelle's no comment about the naughty step.
Do you remember Royals in packs of 25? Yeah, I do.
I do.
Yeah.
But I could never, I don't know what it was with me with Benson's. I couldn't smoke any other cigarettes apart from Benson Hedges.
I was
If I
two.
smoked anything,
I was
I end up just
Benson's,
smoking one.
and
Sorry?
I was Benson's. They were my choice, I suppose. But if I couldn't get them, the little regular embassy, the little short ones, I like
Yeah.
as well. But they were the only two that I really smoked.
But it was no matter what if I was out somewhere at a pub or whatever, right, and somebody gave me a cigarette, if it wasn't a Benson, as soon as I finished smoking it, I automatically let a Benson up straight away.
Yeah, yeah. But
Because
I,
just
I remember going to a pub or a social club and that you'd have to take 40 with you, wouldn't you, for a night out? And you'd get your pack out, you and a few mates, and you'd, like flare anyone, and you'd hand around and think, shit, I've got 4 left. So it is expensive. Super
quite
Hot
the day
Wheels. Huh?
sitting in a pub, round a table, having a drink,
Oh,
having a smoke.
I shouldn't have teased everyone with that, should I? They were the good old days where you could actually socialise and mix with people. Same as, what's this? Pregabalin? Is it? Pregabalin was originally for epilepsy, but now common use for nerve pain. I think I need some of that then. That'll do me well. TBV, I was doing 40 cigs a day at work and then roll ups at night until the triple heart bypass operation. Couldn't pay me to smoke now. Yeah. I used to get.
TVP, you're definitely young. Shows you're definitely younger than me because he says 10 Benson a box of matches was 94p. You're a young pup.
Young pup. Kevin Smith, I used to get a number 6 single and 2 matches, 10p en route to school. Yeah.
Yep. That was the thing. Sammy Gaskins was always Benson Hedges. He had. So you're single in your 2 matches.
No comment.
Lambert and Butler 135 for 10. Rufus. All these young pups. All these young pups.
It does show how they really have hiked the prices up. Most of tax, of course.
The thing about it is, 20 Benson Hedges, while Gallagher's was still open in Ballymena, it was costing them 13.5 pence to make a pack of 20 Benson Hedges.
Right.
And they went to Poland because it was cheaper to make. But 13.5p.
Have you ever grown tobacco? I tried to grow Golden Virginia once, or the Virginia plants.
No.
I did. I grew them. They're all outside the front of the house. They're huge with these massive leaves. And people asked me what they were. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And I had them hanging, trying to dry out. I don't recommend it anyone. But it was funny at the time. It was funny. I just liked everyone's face when they saw them growing because they did look a bit weird. But there you go. That's me. Always been quirky. Embassy John Player Special, yeah. I found them a bit harsh. Woodbines as well. God, all the senior service, they're all coming out. Look,
All coming out of the woodwork now.
yeah. 10 Benson, 94p, Embassy number one. My grandmother, she smoked Embassy. And you remember the little blue vouchers that you got that you had to
Yeah,
save, and you got like an Argos catalogue to, you know, to
to choose from. Yeah.
she was saving, and she said to me one day, she always sat at the table, and she had it in a, what was that chocolate box that, I think it was gold, and you had like this red
All gold.
cord that used to wrap round two brass studs. Do you remember that?
All gold.
All gold, was it? Might have been. She kept them in there anyway, and every time she opened a packet of cigarettes, she'd say, come out the sideboard, and she'd put a ticket in. Sorry about this, folks, I'm digressing, but. And she said she wanted to save up for whatever I wanted. Have a look in that catalogue and you pick whatever you want. And I looked in there and I thought, if I want a lawnmower, she'd be like 130 for the time she smoked enough to get me a lawnmower. But I think she got me a Stanley screwdriver set in the end.
And hence why you're now doing the job you do.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, of course, she had a good bark on her, a good cough. But Kevin's
Good
own
making
knows
of
12
though.
round smokers' corners as corners was drawn in, run lit. Heaven help you if you were last. Whew. Yeah, and when you were kids, you used to pass it round as well, didn't you? It got so hot when it got to you. Rufus, hydroponics expert, Mark. No, I'm not a hydroponic. No, this was all outside, just in the garden, just growing in the garden. That's what they were at the front of the house. Don't know if I should be mentioning that on here, but they're not there now anyway, so prove it.
Focus point I use for roaches. Vaping.
Focus points, is that what they were? Gratis points? I can't remember now what they were, but I know it was Embassy. I know it was. John's pills are kicking in. Good night, John. Thanks for popping in. Top man.
Big love to Jude, John. It's a wee
Focus
grandson.
point. Yeah, for use for roaches. I'd even forgotten that. I used to use business cards, my business card, and just tear a bit off to use for mine. I was about borrowed 100 coupons for $3.99 off ice cream, man. We are definitely digressing here now. Let's move on. Next topic.
That's the whole thing about chat. It's to reminisce and about the journey from what we used to be there to to vapors now. I have to admit, since I started vaping, I haven't had any really bad colds. Whenever I was a smoker at the start of summer and the start of winter, I always got a really bad cold.
Yeah,
Now, if I get a cold at all, it's just a little bit of a snivel, and I'm fine.
I'm
So
the same as you. I used to get cold after cold. It was like a cold on a cold, if you know what I mean. But again, I can't remember the last time I had a cold. I'll be talking this one up, won't I? But thanks, Daniel.
TVP loves a good reminisce.
Love a good reminisce. Yeah, well, you got to, haven't you? I'm glad you can spell it, Mark. I couldn't have spelt that, I don't think.
Do you have to admit that Nevermore is very quiet?
The what? Oh,
The Nevermore
it's
is very
quiet.
quiet.
It is. I mean, I've been chugging on this, and like I always say, you can always tell what you like because they can all be sitting in front of you, and whatever you subconsciously find yourself vaping on is what you're enjoying, isn't it? And I've been on whacking that most of the night, and I've still got that thing on the go, but I haven't been using it anywhere near as much for the last few days.
There we go. Michelle's just brought up a good point, especially across the whole. It's happening across the whole of the UK. Vape shops having to close with the lockdowns.
Yes, quite
Classified as
strange.
essential. But yet you can buy in Northern Ireland. The first time we went into lockdown, they shut down off licenses,
Mm.
and it had to go back into Stormont, back into for legislative matters, and they actually got off licenses classified as essential. because of alcoholics.
Yeah.
But you can, if you're a smoker with a nicotine addiction, you can still buy cigarettes from shops. But if you're a vapor with a nicotine addiction, you can't go to a shop and buy vape products.
I know
You know,
it's madness, isn't it? And to be fair, I feel sorry for all, not just vaping shops, a lot of these shops that they've spent a fortune on the perspex, putting the little arches in so that you have to get your change through a little hatch almost. They've taken every possible precaution they can.
mhm.
All vaping shops, all of them, and to say that you can't open anymore, but there are other industries that now, like the gyms are all going to open. I know they all are soon. Was it December the 2nd? Everything's opening up back up again.
Not
But
over here. We're going back into lockdown now on Friday.
oh yeah,
In Northern Ireland for 2 weeks, it's gone back into lockdown because we had a 4 week lockdown and the numbers didn't go down, they went up. So everything's opened up for a week. So from Saturday to this Thursday, everything opens up for a week. You've got mad queues outside the shops. You've got people rushing out into everywhere. So it's just everybody's bundled together.
yeah.
You had one students last night having a party in the street at 2 o'clock in the morning, about 400 of them. There was only 2 arrested. But apparently there was a house party up the street from me, and they went in and gave 30 fines.
Do they?
So it's
It's not. I don't
horrendous.
think this lockdown has really been a lockdown personally, because I know of a lot of places that are still open. They've completely ignored it. Like even car washes are still going. You think, well, that's not a lockdown, is it? And they're saying they have to keep open because they've got to clean taxis. But if you speak to a taxi driver, he says, well, they're not going out much because no point. No one wants to catch a taxi. So it's just mad, isn't it? It's madness at the moment.
Devil, that was in Southern Ireland. Just seen a comment there from Devil Vapor says in Ireland, didn't they have a thing where you couldn't travel more than 30 miles from your home? You couldn't, in Southern Ireland, they had it, you couldn't travel more than 5 miles from your house to start with. Then they put it to you couldn't go outside your county. So whatever county you were in, you couldn't leave your county unless it was for work purposes. They had they talk about, I know this is getting political, but they talk about the border between Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland all the time, and Southern Ireland doesn't recognise the border. But yet, when they had the lockdown, they had checkpoints at the border, making sure that ones coming from the north going down to the south were on legitimate business. If they were just travelling for a day trip, they were turned and sent back home again. it's it's crazy. It's like, and then you've got Boris Johnson and the health secretary saying that everything's going to be back to normal after Easter, as long as we listen to everything that they say.
I, yeah, I personally I can't see it, and I do. I'm dreading the opening up. For Christmas. Christ, I'd rather, can't we just celebrate Christmas twice next year, June and December or something like that? But strange. TBV just had a new COVID-19 test this morning, 1 to 3 days for the results. Sorry to hear that, TBV, and presumably, I mean, that could be one of two things, I guess. Either you're not feeling very well, or that your app has pinged. Now I've got this app, and nothing's ever happened on it. But saying that, I don't go out much to bump into anyone. But it's a strange time. Michelle says no such thing as a quiet vape when she's got it.
Are we looking forward, Michelle, to know? I've seen Mark vape and everything else. We're looking forward to see how noisy it is whenever you have a vape on it. She is the noisiest vapor I've ever heard in my life. No matter what you give her, she will make it noisy.
The foam that it comes in, just wrap that round it. Muffle it. Yeah, Dean says, but they can be open for click and collect. A lot of the places are doing this, like car dealerships are saying, well, we're open for click and collect. And I know
But that's
that,
all right for people. That's okay for people who's got internet. I know that everybody's got it, but some of the older people who would be used to just walking and going in and buying or seeing what they want or don't know what flavors they want or don't know what they want and everything else, it's not really going to help somebody who wants to go onto the vape for the first time because they'll not know what to get.
Well, no, it's not, but it's also, I think, like a bit of a loophole for people to open up normally, because if they get asked a question, it's only click and collect. That's the only reason we're here. Yet you know that that's not entirely how they're working their business. I just don't feel this has been a lockdown at all. But I know that the amount of traffic on the road, the first lockdown, the roads were silent, quiet, weren't they?
Empty. Yeah.
This lockdown, there was no difference. It was the traffic was just the same on the roads, just the same. Manic. I saw a thing. IVG were offering loans to vape shops, calling them bounce back. I didn't see that. That's quite strange. They don't see it as essential because you can go and buy cigs.
I resemble that remark, Roy. What? Kevin, you'll need to explain that one. It just went straight over my head.
Where's that?
The very last comment.
Oh, I'm miles behind. In other words, it's a different way of saying I resent that remark. In other words, he resembles it. That's him. Whatever you said.
I don't know what I said. That he resents it.
No, he doesn't resent it. He resembles it. Doesn't mean that. It's not an insult. Don't worry. England back in lockdown after we've gone mental over Christmas. Yeah, I agree. And yeah, petrol stations, they are still selling vape gear. So it's really it's not a level playing field at the minute. Super Hot Wheels, nice to see the dot mod mark. We spoke about them on the phone the other night. Oh right, yeah, we did. See, I told you that is what I use with the dot shell. Where's my camera? Come here, inside. Dot shell inside there. We did speak the other night at length on the phone. I'm quite lucky. I get several customers phone me up, and it's always nice to have that chat with them and find out what they've got. Some of them, the stuff they've got, that you start telling them what you think might be good. Oh no, I've got that. So, all right, fair enough.
Age and walking. That's what it was about.
It was what?
The age and walking. When I say people are. I don't think it was being derogatory. Kira, good night.
Here in Lancashire, it was stricter 3. Yeah, and of course, no one at the minute knows what band we're in when we are opened up. We're in band 3. It's quite. I think these businesses need a bit of notice. Imagine having a pub at the moment. Do I buy any beer or don't I buy any beer? Am I going to be open or not?
Yeah, Michelle's boss owns a pub,
right?
And like Tesco's tend to buy just the spirits because they're not a hugely busy pub, so they'll buy the spirits from Tesco's or something like that. And with Tesco having an offer, they were going to buy some, but they didn't see the point in it because they didn't know if they were going to be open or not, or when it was going to be open. We were supposed to come out of lockdown on the Friday, and it was only on the Thursday they decided they were going to extend the lockdown. I think stupid things like that is really starting to cheese a lot of people off over here.
Testing times for sure.
30 minutes.
Yeah, Mark's in Liverpool, isn't he? And they've had, like, everyone can have a test straight away, can't they? In 30-minute results. And apparently I think that's worked well, hasn't it? In Liverpool, I was hearing the other night, it's been working well. But they were told right at the start, weren't they? Test is the important thing to get this down, and we're just. I think if we could have played all this all over again, we wouldn't have played it the way we played it, would we?
Yeah, maybe rather sad though. I've been looking at numbers, and I know over here in Northern Ireland they're talking about the number of positive cases rising and rising.
Yeah.
But the number of positive cases compared to at the height of the pandemic and everything else, compared to the number of people being tested, numbers have actually gone down. If you just done it in percentage of people being tested, if that was the number you published. So X percentage of people test that have become positive,
Yeah.
the number has gone down,
Yeah.
not gone up.
TBV says he's been feeling shite for the last few days, so my work advised me to get another test done to be on the safe side. That's fair enough. Fair. I mean, that's the trouble as well. I mean, every year people get colds, don't they? And I suppose you get a bit of a cold and think, "Have I got this COVID?" You know, and it's a lot of anxiety for people at the minute as well. An awful lot. An awful lot. I don't know what Kevin's saying about age.
Tim Rice, anywhere nowhere to get the Type 2 RTA in the UK, how much they are? Not much luck with Google, as too many well-known sites selling them. Nature Vape has got them.
I've got them. I'll get them on the site as soon as I can. I might even do it tonight, even if I don't do the listing fully. At least you'll be able to buy one if you want one. So they'll be on there tonight. Later on, late. I always work late. Everyone knows that. All right. It's Tim, was it? Yeah. Have a bit of faith, Tim. I can't even tell you how much they are. I can't remember. Bosh. But you know me. I won't be overcharging or anything like that. And Daryl, so many have lost their loved ones this year through COVID. I doubt they want to celebrate Christmas. And that's just the thing, isn't it? I mean, they're putting. This is an awful predicament. My mother's, how old's my mother? 88. She normally comes over here for Christmas, and I know this year I don't want her here because, I mean, I'm pretty certain that I haven't got COVID or anything like that. But if she does come and she does get it from me or Tina, I'd feel awful. Do you know what I mean? But I know she's gonna think that's because I don't want her here. But I do want her here, but I just don't. I don't want to leave him with something she didn't arrive with, you know. And I don't think she would, but it's not a nice thing, is it? The responsibility that you might be the reason for someone no longer on this planet. It's horrible.
Exactly. My mum and dad are 84. Yeah, both 84. So, Rufus wants to know who makes the Type 2.
I just read that. I don't even know. I don't know who made it. It doesn't say who made it. What's marked by there? No idea. If Go manufactures it. I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing in there to tell me, so don't know. He may well have got a firm to manufacture it for him. I don't know.
Rufus, I think you got Twisted Messes to make it.
I'm betting Reload. I don't know who made it. Yeah, that's right, Michelle. People are getting tested, and the common cold is sparking up that it could be COVID, isn't it? So there's that to take into consideration as well.
You see, the other way to look at it, Mark, is my parents are both 84. Mum's got cancer and motor neuron disease. My dad's got one eye, bad knee, and everything else. I am in their bubble because I do all their shopping for them and everything else. But I'd be wanting to spend Christmas with them because I don't really know how many more Christmases I have with them because they're both the age and they're both elderly, both underlying health issues.
That's the flip side of the coin. I agree with you. You know, there is that to it as well.
And as I had a chat with my dad in the car the other day, I know this is quite morbid, but as my dad agreed with me, we're putting this earth to do one thing, and that's die.
Yeah, well, that is right enough. I was just laughing at Keith's comment. I don't want to see my mother
make
to do with COVID though.
We have to make the most of what the time we're here for.
I think it's not smoke. I think you're right. Thinking about it, I think he did get Twisted Messes to make it. I think that's spot on.
The only thing true COVID test is a blood test. This test, no. The test they're doing is the one with the down the throat and up the nose.
Oh, is it? I don't know. A lot of people have had a test, so obviously I haven't had one. There's need. But
I'm not having one either. Because what's the point of having one test? Because you could have that test, catch COVID the next day, and you're going to say
well,
you've been
that is
tested.
true, but I think you have to build a bit of a picture, don't you? But and Keith says his wife works at the hospital, still only been tested once. I think that is disgraceful that anyone works at hospital. And I remember at the start, Keith was saying that his wife had no protection, no mask, nothing. And that was one of the major flaws in how we dealt with it, I think.
Yeah.
Uh,
NHS staff or anybody working in the hospital should be tested at least weekly.
I think so. So we've nearly got to that time, folks. We're just had it's been like chatting in a pub, hasn't it? This last bit, talking about smoking and
Well, that's you've done your newbie bits. You've shown us. You've made me jealous and jealous again and jealous again.
I don't know how.
No, nor do I. No,
Yeah,
no.
I don't know. No idea what you're talking about. And yeah, just before we got 58 thumbs up now, folks. Thank you ever so much for that. And there was about 90 odd in chat, I think 89. So while Roy's saying goodbye, chuck us a thumbs up because it's really important. Carry
It's
on.
numbers game, you know. It's a numbers game. It's all about numbers. Mark, thanks for having me on again. It's been an absolute pleasure. I love having the catch ups and chats with you. It's pleasure to be on. Nice, relaxed show. But I do miss. It's only banter, mate. Mark.
You got to zoom the camera in. I don't know if I can do mine. No, that's how I go in. Do miss. Keep zooming.
But yeah, so and thank you to everybody in chat that keeps Mr. Nature Vape on his toes.
Keep me on my toes.
And I'll pass to the host.
Kevin Smith, there it is. Water. Or as they say in some parts of the country, water. Talking of water, part of the reason for last week that there wasn't a show, I had an issue. I had a problem with my water, and I won't bore everyone for too long. But basically, I had no water, and the water board turned up within 3 hours, which was brilliant. Had a look down on the road, and he said where my meter is, and he said, "Yeah, found a problem, mate. It's your non-return valve. We'll put a new one in. Check your water." Checked it, and yeah, we got water. Thanks, cheers, bye. Anyway, we did have water, but only half pressure. So I called him up again. He said that's something to do with between your meter and your house. He said that's your fault, not ours. So you'll have to sort that out, get your own plumber and do that. I said, well, a bit spooky. This has happened since your non-return valve had broken, isn't it? I said, are you sure that nothing has spat up my line? No, impossible, mate. Absolutely impossible. Wouldn't happen. So another few days, I called them up again. I thought, in my head, I was getting a mini digger and getting a new pipe blade, a mains pipe in the house. I was like, oh, kitchen floors got to come up, and all this was in my head. And I phoned a guy I know about a mini digger, see if we could dig a trench. And anyway, then I thought, I don't know, there's something not right. So I phoned Anglian Water again. And I said, look, I don't believe in coincidences, and I didn't have a problem till you had a problem. So I said, I want you to send someone out and investigate it further before I get a mini digger. So they came back round again. He said, no, it's definitely you, mate. He said, your outside tap was low pressure and we got full pressure on the road. And I said, well, I want you to send a plumber. I said, an internal plumber, and check my system. I said, because if I find out that my fault is through you, I will be giving you the bill. I said, but equally speaking, get your plumber in, check my plumbing. I said, if it's my fault or something in my system, I'll pay your bill. I said, I can't be fairer than that. So anyway, they did. Cut a long story short, in my reducing valve, as it comes into the house, their plumber took it apart. He didn't want to, but he did in the end. He took it apart and pulled out this piece of plastic. Their non-return valve had spat a piece of plastic up my pipe. so
Thank you.
So it was them, but it's like a week or 10 days of this issue of water, you know, and you don't realise till you haven't got something what a problem it is. But you take the experts' point of view. They said, no, mate, it's impossible. We couldn't ever go through your meter and up your pipe. Well, anyone who gets that, it can happen, and do what I
And
did. It did happen. Everybody keep poking TVP for his way. He's been poked enough. And you've out.
I keep poking TV. I keep poking him. I poke him every night in my dreams.
Okay, my good nights. That was just my little story at the end there. Just forgotten about it earlier.
Round the night off at the pub.
I'd like a night off in the pub, a general yarn. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for your comments in chat as always. You're a great lot. Always keep us amused, keep us going. Stay safe, as I always say. You know, every week I've been saying it for months and months and months, but it is important. It will all come to an end. It will all get better. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. We're all got to believe in that. So until next time, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.